Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are new, please subscribe, leave a comment if you like the content. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing some information about our recent holiday to Dubai and the Maldives. We saved up for the holiday for a long time, about 3 years, actually 2 years, but because of COVID, we stretched it to we could only go this past year. And it was a great holiday. I travel a lot for work, and it's always been, every time I travel, I think, oh, I want to travel with my family, I want to be with my kids, I want to share this with my husband, because you're always alone when you're traveling for business, and there's nobody that you can share it with, and it's just a totally different experience if you can share that with your family. And since then we've been back. Now we went in June, and it's really memories that lasts a lifetime. So if you do have the opportunity to travel with your family, it's really money well spent. I mean, we spent on this trip, I think our total money spent was 160,000 rand, and it's a lot of money. It really is, and we discussed it and talked about it a lot. But since we've returned and since we've had that experience and that time together as a family, and those memories last forever, and it's something that nobody can take away from my children. They speak about it at least once a week still, and it's 6 months away. It's been 6 months since we got back, and to share that with them, and those experiences are just so special. So yes, so I'll tell you everything that we got up to, how we spent the money, what we paid for, and breakdown of the costs, and some recommendations, some things I would do again, definitely. Most I would do again in a heartbeat. Yes, so basically our trip started, we went in the June school holidays. Our kids have got a long school holiday in June, us being from South Africa. It's our winter holiday, and it's not the right time in Dubai. It's so hot because it's the summer, but we thought as South Africans, how hard can it be, you know? We're used to the heat in South Africa. It can't be that hot. Oh my word. I don't think anything can prepare you for the kind of heat in Dubai, and we used to heat. I can just imagine Europeans going to Dubai and experience that kind of heat when you're not used to it, you know. And luckily all the hotels that we stayed at had swimming pools, and we spent a lot of time around the pool. During the day you can't really spend any amount of time outside. Luckily everywhere you go is an air conditioning, so when you're inside it doesn't really bother you. But the big upside to going in June, we went to an amusement park, to Motion Gate, and it was so quiet. There was no queues nowhere. We didn't stand in line. We could go again and again and again without having to queue for anything, which was brilliant. So if I look at it like that, I've forgotten about the heat already, and I would definitely go again in June in Dubai, especially for the water parks and the amusement parks. And I mean, we went on all the rides without having to queue even once, and that was brilliant. From going in to Dubai in the summertime, if you can stand the heat, then that's fine. Make sure you book a hotel where there's a pool, because you're going to spend a lot of time in and around the pool. And the other thing that was great about our holiday, our kids are old enough. They are 6 and 8. They were 6 and 8. No, they were 7 and 9. They're 7 and 9, and both of them can swim. So it was great to be able to sit under the umbrella in the shade, have a beer, and just watch the kids play in the pool from afar. Because, I mean, we were in the pool a lot as well, but not nearly as much as they were, because they just, I mean, they have no end, you know. And as parents, you don't always want to be in the pool with them all the time. So they're both old enough. They can swim and take care of themselves pretty well in the water. So that was great. That was a big advantage, that both our kids can swim. Here is a detailed itinerary of our trip. So we left Cape Town. We departed from Cape Town International Airport on Emirates. on the 30th of June, and our departure time was 6:20 at night, which was great. So the boys could have a evening flight, and the hope was that they would sleep most of the day. This was very true for Daniel, but for Christian, not so much. As you can see, we arrived in Dubai the following day on the 1st of July, 5:45 in the morning, and by then Christian just had enough and he fell asleep in the taxi on the way to the hotel. On the Emirates, it was in July, so we still had to wear masks on the plane. In Dubai, we had to wear masks when we were inside, but outside, no need for a mask. In Maldives, we didn't wear a mask at all, just on the plane and at the airport, I think. But the rest of the time, we were mask free. Our first hotel was the Hilton Garden Inn, Mall of the Emirates. We stayed there for 4 nights. It is a fantastic location, close to the Mall of the Emirates, and we actually could walk to the Mall of the Emirates, which was great. And across from the hotel was a very handy 24-hour little corner store where we could buy cool drinks and water at a reasonable price. The hotel did have a little shop inside the hotel lobby, but if I compare the prices of the water and the cool drink in that little shop as opposed to the corner store, it is just almost 3 times the price. So we bought all our cool drinks and water and sometimes even some fresh fruit and some snacks from that corner store. Then on the 5th of June, we moved to Atlantis the Palm. We were booked there for 3 nights. And really, once you're at the hotel, it's basically a resort and there's so much to do. We stayed in an ocean view room, which was fine. We would have liked to see the palm from above, but unfortunately we didn't get to do that. But the consensus was from everybody that we will definitely be going back to Atlantis the Palm, even though it was a little bit more on the expensive side. Just the things that you can do there and the activities, the sheer spectacle of it all, and the free entrance to the water park, as well as the aquarium, really, in my opinion, made it worth staying there and paying a little bit extra at Atlantis the Palm. So we stayed there until the 8th of June. We really wanted to maximize our stay there because our flight to the Maldives was leaving just, I think, close to 10 o'clock in the morning, and we had to then leave early for the airport, so we didn't want to leave from Atlantis the Palm, so we booked 1 more night at another hotel to maximize our stay there and still enjoy our final morning and breakfast at Atlantis the Palm. Then we stayed at Hampton by Hilton Dubai Airport. There's no pictures there. I didn't even do a room tour. The room was tiny, really. It was a bit dodgy, to be honest, but it was just for the night. We checked in, I think, just after 12 o'clock, and we checked out early the morning. They were nice enough to pack us a breakfast to take to the airport so that we can eat something before we left, as breakfast was included in our rate. But other than that, there's not much to be said about this hotel. It's close to the airport, which is what we wanted. The rooms were really small, bathrooms tiny, and the kids were squished into a single bed fold-out couch, which wasn't ideal. But anyway, it was 1 night. It was fine. And the next morning, we departed from Dubai on the 9th of June. We left at 9:45 in the morning, and we arrived in the Maldives at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we had a short boat ride, about 45 minutes, half an hour, from the airport to the island resort where we stayed. It was great fun, and we finally arrived at our destination. So the resort where we stayed at was called the Adaran Select Hundaran Fushi, and we checked in for 6 nights. And I must say, it's really a family-friendly hotel. The kids could run around and go crazy on the beach without people looking at you funny. There were lots of children actually at the resort. very family friendly and family orientated. A lot of hotels, I think, in the Maldives caters for honeymoon couples and not necessarily for families, and this was a great choice for the family. More about this hotel in later videos. And then finally we departed on the 15th of June at 11 o'clock at night. So we had the whole day that we had to spend on the island, which was fine. There's plenty to do. Our shuttle boat, no, our water taxi, speedboat transfer to the hotel, whatever, left at 7 o'clock that night. And we had to check out of the hotel, I think, at 12 o'clock. So we slept in that morning, we took a later breakfast, and then we packed up our stuff, and then we asked them if we could keep the snorkeling equipment a little bit later. So we went for a final snorkel, then we had lunch. So really the day went by pretty quickly, and we left for the airport at 7. But by 11 o'clock when we had to leave, we were tired and ready to take a nap on the plane, which is exactly what we did. And then we finally arrived back home, sweet home in Cape Town on the 16th of June at 11:45. And then, as I said, we spent an hour at passport control. And then we took a shuttle home. And then we slept, basically, for the rest of the day. And that was our itinerary. So that's basically the end of today's video. In following videos, we'll go into a lot more detail about the hotels and what we did and the excursions we did, and obviously a cost breakdown as promised. But for today, that's it. If you like this content, please like and subscribe to my channel and share. And a happy and blessed 2023 to all of you.